How's it going, guys?
Howdy.
Welcome to episode 42 of On Target Talks.
42?
As long as
43.
You told me 42.
I literally said 43.
You said 42.
I literally said 43.
You said 42. You're an asshole.
Because last week was 42.
No, you didn't.
Let's start around.
Well, good thing I put 43. You probably.
I definitely said 43. Did we just get that on video?
No. So
I usually don't win those. Usually,
so this
fight. Usually, when you fight back, you're like, never. And usually, I'm not right.
You're just
it's video.
It's a very video evidence of James is wrong so frequently. He cheers this hard when he's right.
Yeah.
Gotta think small picture one time.
So this episode. Oh, did we get a product spotlight this episode or no?
No.
My face.
This week we're going to be talking a little bit about some of the controversy that happened over this last week or two.
Ooh.
Ironically, I think me and James were oddly some of the first people to come across it.
Yes.
It was kind of odd.
So if you've read the title at this point in time, you're probably going to assume. Then you look at the date if you're watching this at a later time, or if you're watching it live, then
we could just get to the point and say it's about the open speed.
Yes.
And
So if there's this whole thing,
we can do that.
I think if you still go to
What's up,
What's up, Ryan?
so let's do the phrasal.
Wyatt's even watching. I love it.
So let's see. All right, perfect. Yeah. So I highly encourage everyone and invite them to go to open up a new tab and type in zshot.com. No spaces, nothing like that.
One second, let me do this.
And I want you to read Z-Shot's open letter to Vulcan. Little fun fact, I think that, like Des said, I think that we were the first to notice it because Vulcan recently updated their website, and me as a dealer, I was browsing there, setting up an order and such. And going through Airsoft accessories.
That's pretty funny. Angry cat.
So, okay, let's get a little more to the story after we do our announcements.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this gives an opportunity for those of you who want to read the read the open letter. We'll go into it in a bit more in a second. You can kind of read ahead here, read ahead for the lesson. But announcements for upcoming stuffs in general. So we have finally locked in December 8th as our first Spec Ops night.
Yes.
We ran a couple trials this last weekend, and the response was beyond positive. We had Steven and Aaron, two of our staff members, play as the Op 4 against just a couple of guys that came by Friday night. And I said, all right, let's do something special. I did a Spec Ops type mission, and everyone was like, can we do that again? And I was like, we have to go back to regular gaming now, but just come EA.
Just be
literally come EA. So the idea is these missions are going to be 6-person team, and obviously we can have a good number of players here on this Friday night. It won't be an issue, but they're going to be 6-person team missions running on one side of the field, and there'll be 1 to 4 Op 4 guys run by Rycon and more staff. It's going to be more about strategy, real life style situations, not just shoot 'em up. Just shooting them up will not win you the game because you'll be restricted to, as a player, you're never actually shooting other players. Well, maybe at the very end of the night, but for the most part, you're going against this Op 4 team. And as a player, you only have medic rules, whereas the Op 4, if they're quote-unquote activated, have for most missions instant respawn in the back of the field. So it's going to be very difficult to win if you activate them. So it's more about strategy. And actually, I'll use this opportunity to give a little preview of one of the missions. And I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be 6 guys working as a quote-unquote SWAT team. And we're going to move some of the buildings on the far side over here to make a large compound with many rooms. And that usual face for you?
Yes. God, I usually drink water like this.
Yes.
And then right afterwards, just as a last little drop, I'll shake it back and forth.
No, so like I said, the players will be working as, you make a GIF out of that, as 6-person teams working as a SWAT team, and there'll be a large compound, and then there'll be probably an unknown number, let's call it 3 for now, as an example, Op 4 guys in that compound. At least one is going to be a hostage, at least one is going to be a hostile, holding them in a chokehold or some way, maybe has a gun to them, something like that. And there might be 1 to 3 other guys in the building that are working as unknowns. They might be other hostages, they might be other hostiles, they might just be witnesses. And the SWAT team has to reach the building, either arrest would be like optimal, you've got as many points as possible, but kill the hostile.
So can you like open field tackle these people?
No, we're gonna have like very specific, like a safety kill arrest. Like a safety kill at that point, they have to. I might buy some like handcuffs from the local.
Bing! You have handcuffs on?
No, but I might actually buy some handcuffs from the local
What?
store for the players to use.
Okay. That's always been like with restraining a player by like yelling at them, like yes.
Okay.
It's like
Are you gonna be the ones tackled by like
3-year-olds?
No, I was gonna say the one tackled by the 300-pound guy.
Yeah, when you get like a 7-foot airsoft player who's like, where is he?
The guy who played, the guy who did.
I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah, he did the Jason.
Do you want to be tackled by him?
I'm actually all set.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather just be the hostage.
So maybe that whole safety kill thing makes a little more sense, doesn't it?
Nah.
So point being though is they're going to have to kill the hostile while saving the hostages, and shooting the hostages or letting the hostages get shot is obviously a big deduction of points, if not a total loss.
Bad.
And that is just one example of all the different game types, or one of many different game types we're going to be playing. And these are going to be short 10, 15-minute games, probably more closer to 10, if not less. And it's going to be, again, all about the strategy, the planning, and approaching the situation with a little more thought rather than just action. And I will say, right now, huge credit to Cobalt. He was definitely the inspiration.
Oh yeah,
with his Copper Green.
Yeah, Copper Green was so much fun.
That me and James went to similar format, 6-man teams with a small Op 4 course, and it was one of the best stops I've been to, and it was a huge, fantastic inspiration for being able to do this and kind of open that style of gameplay to a different crowd, someone who might not have, well, A, may not have been invited to that. Copper Green, or
yeah, they weren't cool enough, right?
Or gone up to been able to get there. So we'll hopefully be doing this once a month, maybe once every other month. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
also upcoming the week after that, we have our Christmas event, which I'll let Dan talk about because he knows most about it.
Okay, so so December 17th, yes. So December 17th is going to be our Christmas event, Revenge of the Grinch. So it's going to be, after such a successful mission last year, Jack Frost has become such a prolific target, so he has to go back into hiding.
What do you mean? We literally opened it last week. You remember this, right?
I do. What did you mess up?
I don't know. Continue though.
Sad. Okay.
Like, actually, that's very weird because I totally opened it up last week.
That's weird.
Remember when I said refresh the page and you refreshed it?
Yeah.
And it was
It's not like we have video evidence of this.
We do have video evidence.
So
maybe PayPal caught on we were using extremely.
Jack Frost has gone back into hiding, but now Santa's back and better than ever. It's more going to be like a lot of it's going to be a mix between. It's going to be more of a Christmas thing than a Star Wars thing, but it's definitely going to be a very healthy mix. Elements of stories combined. We're going to be telling a story. Most of the focus is going to be a battle for resources. After all these years of fighting, the North Pole has kind of been torn to shreds, and now Santa's factories need the resources to put out presents and Christmas. But with the Grinch's return from last year, he is now the head honcho, and he just wants to ruin Christmas. And there are a lot of bad hombres out there that kind of want to do the same thing. So you can pick your side. Santa versus Grinch. Obviously, it's going to be Santa's team will have more red-based stuff, and then if you want to be green, you can be on the Grinch side. So you can kind of do not really a camo thing, but just something that we kind of throw out there, or anything festive, holiday-like. You can just kind of show out for that. And then, like I said, we're looking to combine a bunch of different elements. It's still in the process of being finished up, but it's going to be pretty cool. It's combining a lot of the story elements, and we're making the story. So, resource, all these years of fighting, and now Santa just needs the resources to.
We got some good props for it from last year. We have more pole. We have the Santa sleigh, so I'm sure that will come into play.
Yeah, we'll have all of those.
Let's say reindeer.
I remember that was
I love when Isaiah's in the reindeer. Ranger costume.
Just dragging the
It's just where he's at. It's just his thing. So, escort missions, probably HVTs, you know, all the good things, but with a bunch of little twists thrown in there.
It'll be a fun day. Very fun day. But more important, or more, not importantly, but more relevant soon to that, Black Friday sales.
Boom, Black Friday, guys, come on.
I don't know if you guys want to reveal any of the sales that you guys.
Most of the sales have been revealed already.
Yeah,
Right,
so
so why don't we talk about it on video?
All right.
Ooh.
So, if you've seen, we have released several deals already. I think today until Thursday, we're going to be releasing 2 each day. So, about midway, so like 4:30 or so, you're going to be able to expect that. Today's, and then 6:30, you'll be able to expect. So right now, we have one of the Black Friday deals is if you buy 2 mid-caps or buy 2 KJW gas blowback mags, you get one for free. So you spend $20, you save $10, it's pretty good. Spend $40, you save $30, or 50, yeah, $60, save 30. It's going to be great. 10% off all PTS guns, so any gas blowback rifles, any regular rifles are going to be 10% off. One of those nice swanky MKM CQBs, the Mega Arms ones, that Masada.
That's a good one.
Another we have is 15% off pouches when you buy a plate carrier. So one of the things is that not all plate carriers come with pouches. But if you buy one, you'll get 15% off pouches. Just because we know that it's an extra thing that you'll have to pay for. And then we have the last one that we revealed so far is if you buy a green gas pistol over $120, you get a free can of green gas. And if you buy a CO2 pistol over $100, you get 5 free CO2s. So that's pretty cool. And then I guess I can reveal one that's super special.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, right? The one we talked about last week. Yeah.
You want to do that? Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
We talked about it last week. There's another one though. There's some more good.
Oh, really?
There's some more like big deals. So this one, it's probably going to be the last one revealed. So you saw it here first. 35% off all KJW gas blowback pistols.
Yep, every single one. That includes the entire STS line and anything else made by KJW. 35% off.
35% off. So
they're not even that expensive to start with.
Yeah,
they're like 120 to start off, so that gets you below 100.
Yeah. So then, when you combine that, pair that up with a buy 2 KJW gas mags, get one free. You spend about the same amount that you would normally spend, except now you have 4 mags. You have 4 mags instantaneously right off the bat. That's pretty cool. So that's probably the last one we'll reveal. But we're doing that special for all of you homies out there that are watching us that take the time. So
yeah, that's right. We like you just said, we're also doing the buy 2 get one free on gas mags too. So I mean, like $90 for the gun, then that comes with a mag or whatever it comes to be afterwards, and then buy 2 for mags. And it's like 4 mags for like under 150. A gun with 4 mags.
You're doing this on purpose.
I know. Oh my god! But the entire rest of it, like, oh my gosh, I was like, I just said all of that. That was okay. All right. So, anyways,
I felt bad doing that one too. That was a real bad one.
So then, but we also have gaming on Friday. 9 to 12 is going to be Nerf. 12 to 9 is going to be Airsoft. We're going to be open at 9 o'clock. Just know that it's probably going to be busy for Nerf. But you can still come in and take advantage of the great deals. We're still going to have plenty of store staff on and working to be able to help you guys out. It's while supplies last, so we have some sweet deals that are going to be out there. And if we run out of a product, we can't guarantee you anything. So just make sure that you guys are there early. I mean, we're going to open the doors at 9. You don't have to camp out. But we're just saying, 9 o'clock will be open. You can come in, but don't freak out all the little kids with Nerf guns.
I was going to say, yeah, the gaming, and also we are closed on Thanksgiving.
We're closed on Thanksgiving, so don't come here or message us about it a million times. When our hours are on our website.
Calling people out the wrong hours.
Calling people out.
The wrong hours on our website.
Yeah, that too. But it says if it says closed on when it says closed on Thanksgiving,
no, I know. I'm just saying the ones.
But everything else, Friday, yeah, we need to tweet that
maybe.
But
they totally removed
all the
it.
good stuff.
What?
This is the bookmark. Sorry, your last action couldn't be completed. They totally figured it out.
So that whatever it's so then Nerf Gaming is going to be, if you're 13 and under, it's $10 per head. See our website for the full flyer discount, or the full card discount. Airsoft from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be 15. It's going to be our standard weekday rate, so $15, which is 1 hour less than you would normally get on a Saturday, and you're paying $10 less. Rentals are $35, so you essentially double the amount of time you're playing for $10 less. Same price you pay on Friday, which is pretty crazy. And that will be open this weekend, of course, but if you're looking to buy some really good guns, I mean, it's always super busy, so you're going to want to try to get in there as early as possible, snatch up all the peoples and things that you can.
Justin says keep the Crocs.
You say keep the Crocs? Keep the Crocs, yo! Thanks! Jesse's, I'm glad that she supports me.
Also, I'm glad you enjoyed the Spec Ops thing, Jake. Hopefully, you can make it the 8th and enjoy it even more. Yeah, but I think it's time because I think he was there for the trial.
Oh, no, I meant.
What?
Da-da-da-da. But yeah, homies, thanks for everybody watching. So pay attention, be here for Black Friday. Even if you're not going to play, stop in and take advantage of some of the sweet deals we're going to have. They'll be released the next few days, so make sure you pay attention for Facebook and our Instagram.
So, also, yeah, did we discuss when we are going to do a trial day for dodgeball? I know we talked about a date.
I don't believe so.
Well, also, another thing we trialed.
All the announcements.
Yes, right?
Wow.
So we'll get to topic very soon, I promise you, but these things are pretty cool. So we also trialed this weekend during lunches. So if you played this weekend, you got your first view. I don't think we did it on Sunday because it was a birthday party, but we did it on Saturday and Friday. We are doing a tactical dodgeball night. And it might sound a bit silly, and I'll totally admit, when we first did this, I went into it thinking, this is going to be kind of weird, but we'll try it, we'll see how it goes, and I had an absolute blast. And so far, all the players who've got an opportunity to try it out, I just wanted to keep playing instead of playing Airsoft. It was like that much fun. So we're going to be doing a trial night where just general public can come in, and then hopefully we'll do a league soon. I was actually talking to my friend John Matthews last night at the bar, and he was like, let me know, I'll make a team. So he was all about it.
Hell yeah.
He was all about it. So
Dodgeball finna get charged.
that'll be coming soon. We'll be letting you know about the date for a public trial on that one. And yeah, like I said, stay tuned. But finally on to the topic, let me pull up Z-Shot's letter while I'll let you talk a little bit about it while I do.
Yeah. So this is kind of like the big news in Airsoft. So like I kind of started talking about earlier on the podcast, but Vulcan recently updated their website, and I was going through it, building an order, and I come across the Airsoft accessories, and I find this speed loader, and I'm like, damn, that looks awfully a lot like I know it's a speed loader, except it retails at about $20, which is just
And now it's like $11.
yeah,
What?
and then it was on their website for $10, like a few days later, and I'm like, what the hell? And I called Iz over, and he's like, what the
And we
heck?
actually zoomed in on these images and checked the molding lines and like the molding
It's
injection
actually
points.
from the same exact.
Right, it looks
right?
like it's off the same production line. So I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
The reason why manufacturing in China is just terrible.
It's terrible.
But I'll let you keep telling the story.
Okay, yeah, and so I see this and I'm like, wow, this is too far. Like Vulcan, I know we carry their products in our store, but they have a reputation for basically sucking the life out of a sport and then spitting it out once it's been used up and dry. They did that to paintball, and they're essentially doing that to Airsoft, and this is very much so evidence of that. So I actually had sent a link the day I found it, which was a day after their Vulcan's website changed, and I sent Z-Shot, I'm like, hey guys, just a heads up, I found this, like, what the hell? And I didn't know if they were aware of it yet, and then a few days later, their open letter to Vulcan came up on the website, and I was like, no shit, look at that. So if you go to their website, zshot.com, read their excellent letter titled Vulcan.
It's by Wallace.
Yes, by Wallace. Wallace is a great guy, by the way. Like Z-Shot is a great company. I really do enjoy doing business with them.
Not only that, it wasn't them that designed the Odin. It was a specific company. It's a very small business. And it's funny because you guys know I have little inventions here and there that I make for Airsoft, and people have asked me, oh, why don't you patent them? Why don't you sell them and stuff like that? This is unfortunately the perfect example of why I don't. Because like say I patented my little hop-up thing, I patented my ghillie systems, patented all my other things. Well then now there's public records of how that stuff is made. Unfortunately, big companies like Falcon is an example, but they're hardly the only ones doing this. Big companies.
It's everywhere.
Big companies go and read these patents, copy the part blatantly, and then they say, well, we have millions of dollars in lawyers and you don't. So
that was actually when Z-Shot responded to me. They had said, so this is actually an issue with people copying the Odin. This one looks like it seems to be the most blatant, but the issue is Odin can't really fight that because Vulcan has all this money that they'll make them bankrupt.
The cool thing is, it sounds like Z-Shot's kind of backing Odin and fighting this, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah,
they're backing a small.
There's also the issue that you're talking about cross-country here. This gets a little bit more into the politics of the matter, but a lot of times these disputes, because obviously this is being manufactured in China, and you can only try and, if you're lucky, you can block the import of these items, but you can't block the manufacture because China says, what do you mean?
It's like the Wild Wild West out there.
Right, well, it's not that. It's just China backs, just like the United States backs their own companies before a foreign company.
Yeah.
China kind of brings it to the next level, they tend to. And they'll say, the Chinese government will be like, no, you can't sue them. There's products like nothing alike.
As there's the same mold marks in the exact same spot for the parts.
The perfect example is when China had their BMW X5 clone.
Oh yeah.
And literally China was like, nope, it's not. That doesn't look anything like. It's a totally different car.
Have you seen that picture of the guy? His eyes are going both ways. It's like, oh, looks good to me. Same thing. Oh.
Okay, let's not make fun of stereotypes here or anything like that.
No, it's from like a movie.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying. Let's stay away from too much politics. But either way, and unfortunately, it's a thing in China. And this is a big issue when it comes to airsoft. A lot of these companies, these smaller companies like Odin, manufacture in China because it's cheap. No questions asked. It's cheaper. But what they say, now I can't say this happened for sure here, but by looking at the mold lines and stuff like that, and how exactly the same that they are, we literally had a genuine Odin in our hand. We were looking at the picture of the one on Falcon's website. We're like, yeah, okay. So minus a few screws that went from, I think, an Allen wrench to a Phillips.
Yeah,
it went from an Allen wrench to like a Phillips head because Phillips is cheaper to produce. Because a lot of times what'll happen, a company like Odin will say they'll order 10,000 of these, and the Chinese company will be able to give the lowest quote on a price because they'll say, okay, we'll price it as if we're manufacturing 30,000 of these. We'll sell you the 10,000 you ordered, and then we'll just sell the other 20,000 as an unmarked random product for significantly less than you're able to sell it for.
Yeah. And
this happens a lot with Chinese manufacturing, and you see it happen with a lot of airsoft products, unfortunately. Which is why it's nice that they move towards American manufacturing lately. It supports and protects these small businesses much better. And of course, you look on the Chinese market, you'll see clones everywhere of anything, especially airsoft. Not especially airsoft, especially everything, but airsoft's on that list.
Yeah.
I think the big disappointment in Valkyrie came. It's not like Valkyrie was manufacturing these products, to be fair here. It's the fact that they were importing something that they knew.
That was just so blatantly copied.
Right.
What's up with that? Like you guys aren't doing well enough as it already is. Like you gotta, and that's what they go on, in that letter. It's it's like why do you feel like you have to go after this? It's really sad.
It's disappointing.
It's selling them at such a that's a really Odin's retail
it's kicking the balls
$60,
right
even $20. That's a under.
Fortunately, and I really do appreciate the airsoft community here.
Oh, it exploded.
Because there's a lot of people that say, oh cool, this came out and it's a competitor and it's a third of the price, if not less than a third of the price. And I really appreciate the Airsoft community came out and said, no, this is wrong.
Yeah, that's how Airsoft dies. Like,
right.
Or at least quality of product.
Well, it's not necessarily even the quality, it's that's how innovation stops.
Yeah.
That's why patents exist. And we should point out is that the actually got an argument on Facebook with some of us. The Odin speed loader is patent pending. And a lot of people will be like, oh, it's been 2 years. Why hasn't it gotten its patent?
Because it's the government.
Well, because it takes about, on average, 3 years or something to be patented, to get officially approved. But it is patent pending. But that doesn't necessarily give them the legal right to sue yet until they're patent approved.
Okay.
At which point, they might lose thousands or more in sales. So, what's really killer is when companies do this, it kills innovation. Because like I said myself,
it does.
You know, you've seen some of the stuff, some of my little mini inventions I've done to make my airsoft equipment better.
Yeah.
And I would never bother selling them because no matter what I do, they just can get ripped off by someone with better lawyers than me.
Yeah. That is true, I guess, right? Like, I don't get it. You see it a lot with like a ton of different companies too. Like Laser Tac, that was whole thing back at SHOT Show back in February.
Well, to be fair, that was selling unlicensed product, which is different. That's more of a trademark dispute than a copyright dispute, which are totally different.
Okay.
Just to be fair, their whole issue was they were selling products without proper licenses, but they weren't necessarily copying stuff. Now, in a little bit, I do want to talk about the fact that when we buy JG, we're buying clones of Tokyo Mermaid, but that is very different in a way. And I want to talk about that. Even so, I'd argue. Actually, let's dive into the whole V12 issue because this is something
community favorite.
This is something Valken is manufacturing. And again, I'm not trying to harp on Valken too bad here. It's just unfortunately they've been the culprit in a couple of these different cases. And they're hardly the only ones again. But I would say the V12 is different than the Odin situation. And here's why. The Odin situation is selling a blatant part for part exact clone of the Odin system and selling it for a uncompetitively lower price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A true just Chinese like straight clone ripoff. Whereas the V12 system, they still stole patent technology, no question about that. It's a little bit different because everyone knows the V12. It's just like when we buy our mock plate carriers. We don't spend $500 on a plate carrier because we're not using it for real steel. Everybody knows that the V12 is not as good of a system as the V12.
It's not.
You're buying a lower quality system at a lower price.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Didn't they make it out of like old G&G gearboxes?
I've made that joke many times, but okay. Supposedly they didn't, but it certainly looks like that. Supposedly they did not.
They shaped down the G&G on
No, but it's like I said, it's a little different. It's still disappointing that they stole patented technology.
They couldn't even copy it. It was good.
Well, if they did, that would make it the argument worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would make the argument or the argument against them better. They are offering a cheaper alternative to the best system.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they don't necessarily even try to market it as this is better than a Polar Star Fusion engine. They say it's an alternative.
Yeah.
And I do have to admit, I have to play devil's advocate here. Now, their quality is not as good, their customer service is not as good, and I would still suggest buying the Polar Star system any day of the week. However, they are now selling it at their original advertised price. And I say this because when they were about to sell the V12, they said it's going to sell for like $200 or less than $300, right? And I was like, wow, at less than $300, they're going to take the industry because the Fusion engine at the time was almost $500. And I was like, they're just going to storm the industry with this product. It's not as good, but it's an incredible alternative. And then they sold it for like $420, like literally $20 less than the Fusion engine.
Like, what's the point?
And the product was a total, what's the word?
Total flop.
Yeah, total flop. Well, now they're selling it for $269, right?
That's a pretty good price. Like, I'll agree with you there. I'll give them that.
Getting into the HP world, that's a good price. But I would still suggest buying the Polar Star product for 2 reasons. A, it's the original. It gives Polar Star the money they deserve, to be completely honest. They invented the system and did a fantastic job. 2, customer support at Polar Star is unrivaled.
It really is, though.
Like, you have any questions, you call them up, you'll get your answer like directly from someone who helped design the system. You're not going to get that anywhere else.
Yeah,
Especially the V12 preacher is manufactured in China. I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive on that.
I believe it.
And then the other big reason is Polar Star is just, again, better performance.
Yeah, you're paying that.
It is, yeah.
There's a reason
like,
that you're paying that premium price point.
It's like
because you're
doing
getting a
that,
high quality product.
It's like doing that like 2JZ swap in your like super lightweight car. It's just.
I mean, we've seen, as techs here, we've seen many problems with V12 systems in the past.
Yeah, I mean, you can get them to shoot nice. Like, I've gotten a V12.
Right, yeah, you absolutely can, but we definitely see more issues compared to the Fusion engine.
I would say, I don't like the trigger.
Replacement parts suck.
Yeah, like we've been trying to get those.
Well, again, that's
replacement
a perfect example of customer support issues.
Yeah.
That you don't, with Polar Star, you need a part, they're like,
Yeah.
at the time, if they don't sell a part, you're like, oh, this part broke on mine, they'll be like, here, just have one. Like, they're just awesome.
That's why I tell customers, like, honestly, you will get fat, and I'm not saying that I'm like bad at like warranty claims, but if you message
Then
Polar
directly,
Star
you'll get past it.
directly, you'll get whatever you need way faster than I can do.
Yeah.
Way faster. They're
They're
fantastic.
awesome. They're just
really
awesome.
are.
And they spend the time to make sure a product is really good before they release it.
Yeah.
Though we've actually disappointingly had a few issues with the MSR regulators as of late.
Yes,
I'm sure
I emailed them about them, and they're looking into it.
I'm sure they'll come up with a quick change and help us out, and that's the best part. Is they listen to customers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Something you won't get from Valve. And the
Not
system.
really, no.
It's unfortunate, but
It is. It really is.
but
we're gonna do our own starter rifle. It's gonna be called the Battle Machine, and you're just like, but
Yeah, the battle machine. I remember when I saw that.
I remember seeing that for the first time. I was just like,
no, I will say they offer what, a 1-year warranty on that.
yeah.
They do offer 1-year parts warranty.
So,
Does it all
actually, okay, this is just be a quick one more part on Valken, and then I want to move about other stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
Here's the issue I have with the way they sell is, Airsoft, I think we can all agree, and I know we're biased. We are the small business, saying support small businesses.
Yeah.
But Airsoft can never be sustained by online retailers only, because then you'll have nowhere to play.
Right.
And you'll have no way to get people into Airsoft when they can't. You'd always have to trust, oh, this guy on the internet that's trying to sell me this gun is good. I'm just going to trust him and buy it, rather than be able to come into a store and check it out personally.
Yeah.
So small businesses are great for Airsoft. It's one of those industries that it's very, very, very important. Valken, when they sell, we've had this in the past, is, we buy a battle machine to sell in the store, you open up the box and it is full to the brim of stuff that says go shop on Valken.com.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they sell
That is
stuff.
true.
They sell stuff for cheaper than they allow us to sell it for.
It's trash.
They violate their own map.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It really
And so,
is.
and it's really unfortunate to see a company do that because it hurts the whole industry.
Yeah.
It really does.
And again, they are not the only culprits. There's other companies that do the same thing. Cough, cough, eat like cough, cough.
Sure.
I mean, FMA too. Like, I just got I finally got a wholesale account with them. I'm looking at some of the stuff, and it's really funny because like their Surefire products, they actually here, let me see if I can pull it up. So they're on there, and I'll link it to you so you can share with the
Just
rest.
tell me before I pull it up.
So what it is when they're advertising, like they post all the pictures, they blur out where the logo goes because it literally says Surefire right on it.
So, so this is a website that is
This is China.
right, but this is
China.
the point. This is another website ripping off other people's patents.
Yeah, you see right there, they do it all.
Yeah, they're ripping off other people's patents again.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But actually, and that does bring me to what I want to talk about. Actually, do you guys have anything? I've been doing a lot of talking. Do you guys have anything more to add about the whole V12 system or OG system specifically?
I mean, not really. If you read the letter to Valken, it explains the situation. I really don't feel like it's worth hearing Valken's side of the story because honestly, it's not.
Well, sometimes it's good to do a, what do you call it, a devil's advocate situation here.
Yeah.
They are a company trying to make money, but I think they're very short-sighted.
Wow, a company trying to make money.
But the way they're going about
very
it,
short-sighted here. It's the short-term return, long-term. They're going to think suffer, especially this PR issue.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the funny thing
that's
is,
really bad.
like their Facebook page, they disabled.
Yep.
reviews.
Yeah, they disabled reviews. Just like it's funny because you see companies. I'm just saying, you see companies that remove reviews, and they disable like post a page, and usually that's a sign of death right there. So it is pretty funny.
yeah, it's just back to the whole
No,
innovation
I'm better
thing.
than
Like,
that, guys.
if you're like doing something like that, like ripping that off, like, and then like that person put in a lot of work to figure out and to get this product manufactured. Like,
Right.
who knows how much time it took for all of the
Right, on the R&D costs money, it
that's
costs time,
a lot of money.
and it's people just trying to bypass the R&D and sell it without that R&D upfront cost.
It's like, it's not even like you're making money off like something that's like your own innovation. Like at least the V12, they were like, all right, like you said, we're gonna do this just at a cheaper price point, like
Right.
with a lower quality
So like
product.
the V12 I'm somewhat okay with, especially, I was a little mad at first, but then when the entire HPA community, but probably one of my favorite lines I've heard is the V12 is the only thing that Wolverine and Polar Star owners come together to hate.
Yeah, it's true. But like that's the thing, and then you're just killing the skull, dude. And you can't do that.
Right, exactly. Polar Star was a very, very small company. I remember the first, 2 years of their life, they literally couldn't manufacture the stuff fast enough. They had 5 CNC machines running 24/7. And they couldn't manufacture stuff fast enough to get it out on the shelves.
That's insane.
And now you see all the photos they post of everything, you're just like, that looks like hundreds of Polar Stars, holy crap!
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. I really give a lot of credit to that company.
Yeah.
They hit the market right. But, like I said, so one thing I do want to bring up, because I've seen a lot of talk about this in comments and stuff like that, is the comparison to all the clones we buy. Everything we buy is a replication of something that was done in Japan. Most of us started with JG or Echo 1 rifles
Yeah,
or something
boy.
like that, which were TM clones. Do you think that's much the same problem and younger us just didn't care, or do you think... I have my opinion, I'll talk about it in a minute.
I think it's different.
Why?
Because I think it's different because
it's like answering an essay question.
Yeah.
I think it's different because...
I'm trying to like put it together like I need an intro. So I think that it's very much a different thing. It's a clone for a reason. It's kind of it's a lower quality product from Tokyo Marui. Tokyo, I mean, it doesn't make it right that they're directly.
And it was all Chinese manufacturing in the
It's all
start,
Chinese
JG,
manufacturing,
all that.
yeah.
But I think that's why a lot of airsoft manufacturers moved to Taiwan. They're much better about copyright issues.
Yeah, I think that it's different because Tokyo Marui TM is an incredibly high quality product, and there's no real like doubts about it, and you can't really get on that level. Whereas I'm gonna go and I'll buy a JG gun, and it's like it's cheaper.
You know what you're getting.
I know what I'm getting. It's like the V12. It's like I could buy the $400 Tokyo Marui version of this, or I could buy the $150 version of the JG one. It's like, so you know that you're buying a lower. I going into that, I'm like if I bought a JG AK, which I bought several, I was just like, yeah, I know I'm buying a lower quality product. Like going into that, that's what I know. But it's not like it's innovating. They're just
right. So see, my argument of what really makes a difference is there's a lot of limitations that Tokyo Marui due to Japanese law.
Yeah.
They can only be 280 feet per second. Up until recently, they had to be plastic body.
Right, now they started doing like the metal.
So JG came around, and they did clones, but they also offered differences that you couldn't get out of a TM gun. They shot at a higher FPS. They were metal bodied, so they kind of, at least more recently, they're metal bodied. Originally, they were just pure clones. But again, they didn't try and market those guns as TM replacements. They marketed them as cheaper alternatives.
Right. So it's not like they're saying this is our but we just took this, and it's not like they're taking Tokyo Marui guns and being like, well, we just scratched the TM label and stuck the JG logo on it, and I guess we're done.
I am also curious how they would have done if TMs were sold in the United States at the same level as JG, Echo 1,
and all the other companies.
For a while, TM was kind of just like, screw the U.S. All they do is complain, and they just stopped importing to the United States.
Yeah. So then that's why it's even now it's still really hard to get like TM guns anywhere because nobody except for like
we have to order from Red Bull.
We have to order from Red Bull because they're like the people that like have it. Like if you don't live overseas, like they have them in gun shops in their like airsoft shops all the time. Like you can be like, oh yeah, Tokyo Marui. But like here, you're like. You see one and it's like a unicorn. You're just like, how did they get that? Like us, so it's like, how did they get those gold match high capos?
Right.
Super rare. Stuff like
so,
that.
and actually, I do want to bring up. Why do you think, in your opinion, I want both your opinions here, and this is kind of related to the same thing that when we had the Jag scattergun, which was just a straight clone of what Tokyo Marui did, everyone was super happy. But we have the Odin clone, and everyone's super bitter. Why do you think there's that difference?
I think it's the whole small business thing again. You know, like Odin is Odin. I think the only problem is that people are for now at least.
So. Yeah.
You know, so that right there is just saying that this is a small company,
does that make it any more wrong or any more right?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not.
It's a small company.
It's still. I mean, it's still you're ripping off someone else's idea, but you know, like that's a small like. Do you
think people are more mad because it's just as good as a regular?
Is it just as good?
Like if it were
that is probably
if it were crappier, would people be less mad?
People would be like, wow, it's just a crappy copy of Vulcan, LOL.
You would literally be like, that is literally like everything else that Vulcan has done. You're like, oh man, it's I'm paying for this price point. It's like I'm paying for this, however much. I'm paying $20 for a pair of goggles. Like, what am I going to really expect out of it? Like going into that, you're like, if these are crap Odins, like if you have the good Odins, like, and it's actually like a premium thing, you're just like, okay, yes, that's what I want.
Oh.
But I think, like the scatterguns, like, it's not like they were saying.
It's kind of like
the problem with the scatterguns is that it's not like they were
not
like
actually good.
They were just like this isn't an alternative. We're offering you something similar, like at a fraction of the cost.
They were 100% clones though.
Yeah, they were.
So I think it's people are more upset at the fact the Odin copy is probably just as good as the real one.
I believe it, yeah.
Probably.
Which is kind of silly when you think about it.
Because we know that the scatterguns didn't really.
But I think, like you said, I think it's also the small business issue.
Yeah. It's more so that, it's like Tokyo Marui's big, and then it's like Echo 1, Jag Precision, like, they're still relatively like of a decent size. It's not ripping off somebody's, it was an innovation for the company. But.
So, and that was the other thing I was going to add. Do you think it was that, or do you think people are more upset that the Odin was a truly innovative product? It was something that there was nothing like it before.
Yeah.
The SL14. The SL14 was the closest thing to competition, and this was just a great innovation. As simple as it is, it's a high cap with it's an upside down high cap, basically.
Yes.
It's simple, but that's what makes it so cool. But do you think people are upset that someone cloned something that was innovative, just like we were both upset when the Valkyrie V12 came out to compete with the innovative fusion engine? And the Jag scattergun was, and like a gas shotgun, it's kind of like, okay, it's just another gas shotgun.
Yeah.
Do you think people are less mad because it was less of a leap?
I would agree with that. I really would. It's like, how many years has the Tokyo gas shotgun been out? Quite a while, yeah, exactly. And so to see a copy of that, it was cheaper, but then it turned out to be not that great. People were like, oh yeah, great, it's cheaper now.
Right.
And it was bad. So now I think the world is just going to move on. Yeah. But when you take, something that was very innovative, it was huge.
Fairly new.
Yeah, very new. Within the last year, I think, right?
A little longer than a year.
Okay. Yeah, and like, and that was like a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Like truly.
Well, you carry an extra 2,000 rounds with you onto the field.
Yeah, but really for me, when I play here, I used to dread loading my mags. Even with the SL14, I was like,
I ran the SL14 forever.
To me, the real game changer of it was walking back to respawn at outdoor games. I walk into the respawn with all my mags already loaded.
Yeah. As you're walking back, you're just like out of my dump.
And it gave me more time to eat food and drink without spending as much time.
Like Odin's literally changed my life. I used to have the SL14s attached to my back. It's so cumbersome.
It kills me because we got those SL14s and I was like, oh my god, what a cool product.
It's awesome.
Yada, yada, yada. We sold a bunch of them and the Odin came out and I was like, sorry.
Like it took me a solid. It took me a long time before I was able to like get an Odin, but I got an Odin for like a second hand off my friend. But literally, like, I have not even wanted to use any other speed loader. I'm like, give me all of the attachments, all of the everything. Like, it's just great. You can carry everything around on the field. Like Des said, you're walking back to spawn, just loading, drinking your water. You can go back, you can have a snack, and you're
like you're fire ready again. And that's the thing is like, I think people are a little more upset because it was more innovative, but it's such like a hard situation because, like I said, we all realize this happens in Airsoft in general. But I think the sad part is it happened to something that was so innovative that if I were the owner of that company,
it really hit home.
Like, if I were the owner of that company, I'd say, screw this. I'm going to go find something else to do. Like anything I make is just going to get ripped off.
Yeah, like that's.
And then it deters anyone else.
You know,
right. Exactly. And like I said, I have plenty of things that I can certainly sell, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Because everything gets ripped off now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's again why I respect Polestar. SCS Shredder, which was, I think, his username, came with the concave spacer. And they were the first people to really look in. He was really the first person to look into the whole hop-up dynamics and try and make it better. He came up with the concave spacer, and that's why I always refer to him as SCS nuts. It was Shredder's concave spacer. Then Polestar, they could have just copied it, but instead they licensed the spacer from him, and that was the PCS, the Polestar concave spacer. But that was a licensed item. They gave him money for everyone that they sold.
Yeah.
And they did it the right way. And so basically he just found they were just manufacturing them for him to sell. And that's the right way to approach stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's unfortunate that these companies just, like I said, they'll just be like, well, we have better lawyers than you, and we'll hold you up in court so long that you go bankrupt.
That's like, and I don't know, like, I mean, that's definitely a winning tactic right there. Like, if your end goal is to make as much money and
generally, I mean, to be fair, like you said, companies may try to make money. But it just like we were discussing the whole Battlefront 2 situation, vote with your wallet here.
Yeah.
Is if you show, like at this point, we refuse, we should say this right now, Extreme Airsoft will not bring in those replica codes.
No, actually, that was the first thing on YouTube that was asked. The very first question.
Yeah, I saw that. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, was will you bring in the knockoff Odins? And I said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not do that. And won't do it in other similar situations like this. And that's us voting with our proverbial wallets.
Yes, yeah.
And similarly, the whole like Battlefront 2 situation, it's underselling significantly because they angered a bunch of gamers who
I really, really, really wanted to buy Battlefront 2, like really badly. But I vote with my wallet. I've always been a firm believer of if you don't stand for something, don't give them your money. And I haven't bought the game. And everyone's like, oh, the game's so much fun. You just have to look past the fact that that eventually they're going to re-implement this system to pay to win.
Yeah.
No, I can't look past that. I'm sorry.
So we're not going to go into this. There's been a million news articles, but just a good example. But it's the same thing. If you don't like Falcon because of the V12 system, you don't like Falcon because of the Odin. Now, we should say, Falcon has removed the Odin from their website.
Yes, they
did.
did.
The Odin clone from their website.
Yeah.
They responded to this appropriately. Well, not entirely appropriately. They were deleting comments from their Facebook page and all this kind of stuff.
Also, in the Vulcan owners group, they were deleting comments since the moderators are Vulcan employees.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient.
But in short, though, they did respond by removing the product. That was good of them. But that is because people were voting with probably, they didn't see it yet, but they knew people were going to vote with their wallet.
I mean, as a result, like, I have a different source for batteries now. Like, normally we stock Vulcan batteries.
We probably still will at this point.
A little bit. But, like, I'm just starting to try to support other businesses.
Right. But
same product.
if Falcon proves to be, what's the word? Good. We'll go back to it. Like, it's a thing. It's
just like every other company that sold a crap product or has done something. At this point, we've reached the point where we say, prove to me, as the guy who does the ordering, as the guy who spends the company's money, that your product is good.
It's worth our business.
Yeah, it's worth our business, exactly.
Exactly.
Your company and your product are worth giving my money. And
Exactly.
so
So
Vulcan's got an uphill climb with that one because I'm really hard-headed when I don't like someone. It's really
So do
hard
you think
for me
that's
to
going to kill?
convince me
It's
otherwise.
going to kill Vulcan? Do you think that's it?
No, absolutely not.
No,
They're
absolutely
going to just continue doing whatever they're doing. I'm sure in a few years we'll see a very similar situation with.
Well, maybe this will. I hope this gives them the motivation to innovate rather than to. I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, you're really innovating.
I hope this gives them the motivation to innovate rather than copy.
I hope so too. I
is
genuinely
my
hope. I mean, they are an American-based company. Their offices are all in America.
And
So
they're right down in Jersey, which is kind of
yeah, they're local.
Like that's why we love Falcon for the other things.
convenience.
We can get product from them in like 2 days.
Yeah, there's not many airsoft companies that have warehouses set up on the East Coast. So
there are some really redeeming factors about the company.
What's up, IRA?
And they do make a lot of effort to come up to our events, which is cool too. So like again, there's a lot of redeeming things about them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they have to prove that they support the industry for us to support them.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. It's a two-way street here.
Yeah, it really is.
But again, to people, and this is more than just the Falcon situation. If there's an airsoft company that you think is doing something shady, something you don't like, vote with your wallet. And I noticed a lot of people that voted with their wallet when Crytek moved to.
Us as well. Another good.
And this is obviously, we've talked about this in past streams, but fact of the matter is we've seen a big push towards people buying Avalons now instead of Crytek's. And I think the industry, the customer base as a whole voted with their wallet, and the Elite Force Avalons by VSC have sold. I think they would not have sold as well as they are if Crytek hadn't moved to e-bike.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
Absolutely.
It'd be a lot more tough competition.
I'll say this until the day I die. They had such an opportunity to build something fantastic.
They were, and it kills me because and I know it sounds so silly, they shipped product better than any company in the industry.
Yeah, the way that they balanced it.
Just everything, they were so detail oriented. And they still are, just like, they were very, very good about detail orientation and stuff like that. And I gave them a lot of respect. It was a very well engineered product. Like even their gearbox shell was the best one in the industry. It probably still is, to be completely honest.
The Crytek gearbox. What do they call it? It's some like. It
doesn't matter either way. It's the reinforced.
Is that what they call it?
No, what?
No, the Trident.
It's a Trident. Was their original line?
Well, that's the line of gun, not the gearbox. But
Yeah, they got some cool names.
They have
a Nautilus or something.
That's what it is. Yeah,
they have a
gearbox.
highly reinforced version 2 gearbox.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those crack. And it's again a really good adept at engineering, but they stopped caring about the customer.
Yeah, I agree.
And also they didn't care about the industry as much as anybody will tell you e-bike is bad for the industry.
Yeah.
It's like how Walmart's bad for.
I mean, do you know how hard it is to compete?
Well, perfect example. Like he just brought it up. Do you know why Walmart now owns Rubbermaid?
I didn't even know they owned them. Yeah.
So Rubbermaid originally had this whole thing, and Walmart has this deal with companies that they have to reduce the cost of their items by a certain percent every year, or they won't buy them. Well, Walmart made all these deals so that they were the sole buyer of Rubbermaid products. And then Rubbermaid went as low as they possibly could with manufacturing and said, we can't sell it to you any cheaper. We would go out of business. And Walmart said, too bad, we're not buying from you. They waited until Rubbermaid was just about out of business and bought them. And then started selling their products again.
For like the best markup possible.
Yes.
Damn.
And that's the kind of games Walmart plays, and that's a very good analog to e-bike.
That's the winning play right there. I know I can be kind of literal when it's like, oh, well, I won, right? It doesn't matter what I did, I won. But like, believe it or not, if you know me, I can be kind of heartless most of the time. But like, it's you gotta like in a business world, you really have to. There's a certain level of trust and respect that you have to have for your customers but the other businesses as well. And it's just like it's just lame.
Right. So I see someone brought up. Okay, apparently my live stream on Facebook crashed. Yeah, okay.
Live stream on Facebook's still good.
Tactical
No, it
cross.
just crashed for me because my computer's doing like
Crocs. That's
The
the
Crocs, the internet couldn't handle the Crocs.
I did see someone on YouTube mention the whole Glock situation. You know, let's talk about that.
Glock in my Wowie.
Because
This is an example of treating the correct way, yes.
Right, the trademark situation. That's different than a patent situation.
Yes.
But it's
Yes.
worth mentioning all the same.
Yeah, it's like,
Yes. Yes, it is.
So Glock didn't know. So there was companies copying the Glock frame shape in Airsoft.
for years.
We know now. We all know, even though BFC would never admit it, BFC had a very good replica that they sold under a different name.
Yes.
So that any issues wouldn't go back to BFC. They'd go back to this little subsidiary company that they could kill off if
Stark Arms,
It got
right?
to Stark Arms, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was a glorious replica. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's who Elite Force picked up. They picked up that replica to sell.
Elite Force and BFC are
So
pretty
So
buddy
tight.
right now.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why Harrison couldn't confirm that the Scorpion isn't
Right.
made by BFC, because I think they have kind of a deal. It's like, we'll sell their stuff, but like
Well,
it's kind of...
BFC's always done licensed style products, so like it works well with a company like Umax or
Yeah.
HG at this point. But what was I saying is Glock for a while just refused to give that license to anybody. And we saw a lot of clones. WE makes a clone. KSC used to have a clone. Obviously, that's been killed off for years.
KJW made a clone.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
KWA made one, their M series.
That's what I just said.
You said KSC, or did you actually say KWA?
KSC and KWA are the same.
They're the same
company.
thing, man.
I know that, but I didn't. I've seen the KWA thing on it. Okay, well, for people that don't know that, KWA is KSC, and KWA.
So it's funny because KSC will tell you that KWA are the KWAs made up of the guns that don't pass KSC's quality control, and KWA literally says the exact opposite.
It's I believe KWA
Nerds.
because KWA
Well,
makes
the
some really great stuff.
Here's the thing though, KSC is the Asian company, and they're all produced in Asia. KWA is simply the U.S. importer of KSC products, and they put the
Same
KWA
thing.
name on it.
Slap it on there.
But my point is KWA does not own the manufacturing for KSC products
Really?
or KSC
KSC
products.
I didn't know that.
Well,
That's
they-
actually
Right, so they own it's a subsidiary company kind of thing, but KWA doesn't control the manufacturing of KSC products and KWA products as the thing. So KWA says, oh yeah, they get the top tier stuff from KSC. KSC says they get the top tier stuff and send everything else to KWA. So I tend to believe KSC a little bit more because they're the ones who are the original manufacturers. It's kind of a funny situation.
Glocks.
yeah, that is funny.
Glocks.
But yeah, no, I mean, I guess did you want to go into the difference between trademark and?
Yeah, I should mention this. Yeah, so trademark is like more of a name, a style, something like
brand.
well, Extreme Airsoft.
Yeah.
That's a trademarked name. We don't own a patent on the name, we own a trademark on the name. Glock owns a trademark. They own, actually, technically Glock has a 3D patent. So the shape is a copyright dispute. The name is a trademark dispute.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and that's actually really big thing is.
Ooh.
So making the shape of a Glock gun, you're breaking patent law, and it's a copyright dispute. Selling something as a Glock replica without a license is a trademark dispute.
Yes.
So what?
I could call this. I call it called. You know, I could say this is have it something that looks just like a Glock, and say this is a Jim Brown,
You're still
and you're breaking copyright law. Because Glock is one of the few companies that has a 3D patent. They have a copyright on the shape of the gun.
Okay.
Rather than, for example, the Odin was a patent about functionality. Whereas
Okay.
if I said this phone is a Glock, even though it's clearly not, that's trademarked.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. It's interesting.
Makes
So if I
sense.
sold a Glock replica
In what
and called it a
instance?
Glock,
In what instance would it be both? Is that possible?
yes, that's what
Yeah,
it would in the middle of saying. If I had something that looked like a Glock and sold it as a Glock, I'm breaking both copyright law and trademark dispute. Trademark dispute is generally less
Of an issue.
No, I won't say less of an issue. It's different courts handle the issues.
Like if you brought in like a Toki Marui Glock, because they say Glock on it, it's pretty much a Glock. in shape.
That'll be both.
And so then that would probably
Okay, because that's kind of what I was getting at. I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was like, just because it's an airsoft gun, it makes it, you know.
Right.
That sucks because it's not a problem overseas. Like,
Well,
it's
no,
not as big a
again,
problem.
it is an issue to overseas.
It is?
It's just there's a whole argument between things produced in Taiwan and things produced in China, and literally the government not caring about copyright law. I mean, the government, I've always said this about China, and I'm not trying to call out the country right here. It's just something I've
Extreme Airsoft going to war with China.
China is very, very good at copying stuff, and they're excellent at it. They're not very good at innovating. A perfect example is their newest top-tier fighter jet is literally from the breach in which they stole a bunch of documents from Lockheed Martin through cyber warfare. And this is a confirmed thing. This isn't, I'm Mr. Conspiracy Theory here. They were able to hack Lockheed Martin servers, stole a bunch of the blueprints for the F-35 and the F-22, and then they made a plane that's literally the two planes matched together. And that's China's new fighter jet. Like, no joke.
Hey, at least we know how it works, right?
Well, the funny thing is, it's facing the same issues that the F-35 of when they stole the blueprints was because they don't have the innovation that's been done since there.
Dang.
Blame it jokes on you.
So, if you know what the F-22 and the F-35 look like, the J-20, that's what it's called, you'll probably think this plane looks a little...
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that. That is, you can definitely see the nose and
here, in vertical takeoff mode, here we go.
Oh, you couldn't tell the difference.
Well, sorry, this one's it. It has the canards up front, which is a very Russian thing to do. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
They do a very, that's a whole other discussion. So this is the J-20, which is...
Don't get into aircraft with that, so
yeah,
you'll become a plane.
If you notice, very F-35 heads. This is the F-35, that's the J-20. It's an F-22 and an F-35 smashed into one.
That's interesting.
Whoa!
What's it?
That is a very interesting.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's
This
the
is the
J-18.
Russian?
No, this is the Chinese, basically clone of the F-35. I should throw it. Yeah, okay, yeah. You can see this on the screen. It's, it is an F-35. Let's be honest here.
Huh. I wonder why we haven't seen like an SR-71 Blackbird in production.
And I can do this. Well, because that plane is way out of date at this point.
Doesn't it still hold a ton of records though?
For speed, but that's not necessarily the...
It's not relevant, like the old.
The F-16.
I love the F-22.
Come on, I wish this would be in actual resolution.
It's 32 by 32.
No, not useful. You can maybe those people so you never really get images that I can actually see. Here we go. So, you can see the similarities here.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, but
They look like planes.
to me,
No, I know what you're saying.
either way, China is very good at copying stuff. That's what
Reminds me of the GTA 5's Hydra, is what Jake says. I'm pretty sure that they designed it after that, didn't
I think
they?
the Hydra is supposed to look more like a Harrier.
Yeah, actually, yeah, thank you. And that's British, correct?
I believe so, yes. Yeah, Royal Air Force.
Got something right. Look at that. Little random fact from James.
We buy those, but nonetheless. Well, funny thing is the U.S. military. This is just a quick diversion, but the U.S. military has this thing about our form of combat, air combat, is about high energy maneuvers. So you always maintain energy through your maneuvers. I talked about this with the War Thunder thing. We're all about high energy maneuvers, high speed, and maintain energy. So you always have an energy advantage over your person you're fighting against. Russia is more about high maneuverability in terms of low energy, high maneuverability. So they can turn sharper, but they'll come out of that turn slower than a U.S. plane would. Well, what the Harrier can do, which is kind of badass as hell, is, and the Marines tend to do it with the Harriers, even though they're told not to, Marines kind of to do it anyway.
Yeah, like the penis in the sky.
Is yeah,
I love how that's blown up.
But what the Harriers can do in the high G maneuver, they can actually drop their thrusters down to even add more thrust into the turn to make it tighter.
Really?
But you come out of the turn very slow compared to otherwise. So Russian planes have better thrust vectoring and canards up front for those high energy maneuvers. I mean, sorry, those high. They call it super maneuvering. Super maneuvering. Well, it's literally its thing. It's maneuvering harder than the airfoils could do on their own using thrust vectoring and canards. U.S. military has a thing against don't super maneuver, but Marines tend to do it in the Harriers anyway. Way divergent, but nonetheless. Also, by the way, so when's the next Humans vs. Zombie night? Me and you will be streaming.
It should actually be this next Tuesday.
So next Tuesday, after this stream, me and James will be streaming to the YouTube channel our War Thunder gameplay while we watch the URI Humans vs. Zombies playground here. So if you want to hop in on that stream and maybe join our squad, download War Thunder. It's a fun game. At this point, James is probably way ahead of me because
I can only play that game so much. It's gotten kind of grindy at this point.
Yeah, it's more fun to play with someone else.
It really is. I haven't done much for planes. I've unlocked the level 3 tanks, the Tiger. Yeah, but it's like at this point, it's just hard because all my other tanks are just garbage compared to everything else. It's gotten real grindy.
That is a pay-to-win game, but it's a free game.
Yeah.
So it's more okay to make it pay-to-win when it's a free game.
Yeah, when you're not paying for any sort of anything.
Right. I'm okay with transactions when it's free.
Yeah, that makes sense.
EA $80 game. Oh, you want to actually play it? I will take another $100, please.
Yeah, like, oh, you want to play as Darth Vader? LOL.
$1,200, I think it was, to unlock one hero.
No, not one hero. No, they recently changed that. It was $2,100 to unlock everything if you wanted to pay for it all. Yeah. Or it was 40 hours of grinding to unlock
one hero.
Yeah. Which is insane for a game to take $80.
They lowered the price of all the heroes by 75%, but then they lowered how much you earn by 75%.
Yeah, and then there's this the whole thing about offline points, and then the way that they give you points is
we're not going into this.
EA ruined Battlefront 2, and I really they really not really though. They didn't rip anything off. They just they managed to ruin it.
They're doing what everybody else does in the industry, except I don't like
it's phone games. They're doing the whole mobile game thing.
We are not going into this. We can talk about this for hours. Let's get back to topic for a little bit here. Or is there anything else in the news worth mentioning?
Not really. I mean, that was just about it. Everything else that's coming up are reviews or other things. But yeah, no, I mean, there's the penis in the sky that's related to the military airsoft.
Do we have any products coming in? New products coming in?
We got the Elite Force Legends model cards.
Yes. Oh, we should.
Those things are.
We should probably come out on that.
I'll go.
Go grab one.
Go grab one.
Go run and grab.
Go get our. No, don't.
Make sure you get the best one.
No, don't get that one.
The best number.
I just want to show that.
It's the one that's out anyway, so he has to get it. So we have.
There's a review of this.
Ooh, review this Thursday. All right.
Okay.
But we have the dankest serial number for the wild cards, and that is serial number 4.
I was gonna say, how high is the number?
So if anyone who's all about that 420 culture and wants to rep it, we do have the one and only Mark 420.
That does remind me. Are we ever going to sell the super low serial number M9 and...
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up... Oh, that does remind me. On the subject of marijuana.
No. Are we ever going to sell the super low serial number M9 and 1911s we have?
We don't really have any low serial number M9s. We actually sold that. We didn't have any.
We had number 9 around.
For the M9s, we didn't have any. But the 1911s, we have number 9, yes. And really, that's just kind of like an open offer thing. Or we could sell it on eBay. I think that was actually your idea. Was listed on eBay and do a bid war on it for a brand new Elite Force number 9. That'd be pretty cool.
Brand new weather.
Yeah, brand new weather. That's always funny.
Yeah, show the camera up nice and close.
Make sure you get that serial number up in there too.
I don't know how it looks.
Black. Very black.
A little closer.
There we
a
go.
little closer. Get that
He's
serial
not,
number.
the camera is 720. He's not going to.
He's definitely gonna pick it up. No, it will. A little closer. Your finger's also on it. Move your middle finger. Your middle finger is on it.
Yes, James.
So the trigger on this is actually really cool.
Single action.
It's really, the pull's like nothing.
It's just like, yeah, it's like a hair trigger on this. Now, can you do, let me see real quick, can you do the classic,
Yeah.
Yeah, feather. Just kind
oh,
of
it does rotate the barrel, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh. So these things are pretty cool.
They're pretty neat.
They're really similar to I mean, the smoke wagon's essentially the same thing. It has the shell ejector. The wild cards, they only made 1,000 of them, and I haven't seen them anywhere on like e-bike or anything. So if you're looking for a limited edition pistol,
They're not on sale for most companies yet.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I
they
tried
start-
looking it up online. There's not a single review. There's nothing.
It's
We're gonna have a review on it
Shop
going
Show
live on.
special, so only if you pre-ordered it
Oh.
at Shop Show were you able to get it. So
I'm really surprised none of those companies did.
Yeah.
Word.
This thing's fresh.
and also there's the fact that we get stuff much earlier than
Damn, the shells are like,
The shells are
hefty.
will send stuff
Yeah.
to us.
But so there's only 1,000 of them. We've got a few here, so come snatch them
You
up.
should have pre-ordered 1,000 of them.
We have a review coming up on it. This Thursday is going to be. Oh, maybe. Actually, I don't know. No. Yeah, it should be up on
It
Thursday.
better be up this Thursday.
It'll be up on Thursday. I forgot it was Thanksgiving.
That's
It'll
all
be
right.
up.
Everyone will be chilling from
You
their
guys
food
are already
escape,
going to be full.
and
You
they're
guys
gonna
are
be,
gonna-
they're gonna want to sit down and watch a freaking top tier extreme airsoft review.
This
like
one's
none
good.
No one else has.
We got some good jokes.
True.
These things are really cool. This one comes with 12 shells, which is really nice. So then,
Oh really?
yeah,
That's
so it comes
great.
with an extra set of 6 shells. It comes with 3 sets of, they're not iron sights. The front sight's plastic and
I
it's
was told it just had to be half cocked over this.
It's got to be half cocked to move the cylinder.
No, it doesn't. No, I guess it does. Okay, maybe I just happen to have it half cocked when I was doing it.
Am I 2 for 2 being right about something?
I mean, to be fair, this is like the first time I've ever gun.
But they're pretty fresh. Their gas efficiency, their CO2 efficiency is off the hook. I literally sat there last night just.
Yep, CO2
And I-
goes, as per usual, CO2 goes right in the grip.
You don't need an Allen key because the tool itself contains.
Oh, I really love how
That's
Force
super
does
nice.
that.
They did that with
I know
all
they're
of
not
their
the ones
revolvers.
technically doing it, but
Yeah. The haters as well do that.
Did
which
you
is
see
super.
what's that? What's the non-low, like the mock blowback pistol they have that they do it with? The PPS, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Like literally everyone needs to do that. It's the
Yeah,
best
it's a
thing.
PPS because it has the
Yes,
yeah,
right?
yes,
It's the best.
because you can take off the back strap and do that. It's awesome. So it's super cool. So you don't need to carry tools out on the field, but like you're gonna get, like I sat there, I got easy 170 shots or more out of a CO2 cartridge.
1, 2.
I sat there last night doing that while we were like doing the video. I was just like,
When will it end?
well, it didn't. It didn't. Like the smoke wagon gave up, I think, after like 150 shots. So this one goes more.
And you probably get even more if you have pellets in it. There's a little more back pressure on the valve.
It's pretty nice.
That's like the
Don't
most
expect to be
cartridge.
sniping kids with this thing, but like,
Sure, just I'll throw my scope on there and just
I just hope that no hop up will get you places going.
throw this badass iron sight.
Yeah, you remove. Oh, this is my favorite part.
It's
Can I see that real
removable.
quick, actually? Yeah. So they advertise this on the box that the front sight that you see right here, this little rib piece, it comes out of the
So
box.
I'm not gonna
with
lie, it looks
three-
better without it.
Yeah,
It looks
it's got
way
that
better
ported
without
barrel.
the
That
iron
one.
sight.
You like advertise it like it's
Look,
like
you can still sight the gun.
That's like
you
the
know,
Expend-
Oh, yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
that's how Sylvester Stallone has it in the Expendables. He
Yeah.
has that same exact
I
thing.
kind of prefer it without the iron sight. to be
Yeah,
honest.
it looks
I
cool
just-
when it's ported. And then the hammer too. The hammer, in contrast to the smoke wagon, it's a little higher up, but it's wider, so it's easier for you to get like a decent bit of your finger on it and crank it down. Because sometimes it's hard; your finger will slip on the smoke wagon. So, but I also like the gunmetal gray that this thing kind of has going on. Like that's a really cool and unique look. And then
I also like
And
that
then
they
the black-
stuck with their whole like weathered limited edition thing, but they didn't overdo it.
Yeah, exactly.
They really did a good job with this.
They were like boom, 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 everything. And then the black grips, they're plastic, but they look really nice. And then they have a poker chip on them. They have the ace of spades, which looks pretty fresh. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool.
No, I do quite like this pistol. I just wish because I really want this one, especially with the funny serial number. But like, I don't play enough. That's my issues. I don't play enough to get it. So someone needs to purchase this pistol and enjoy it for me is what I'm going to request.
Yeah, because James can't. The orange tip is removable. Ryan has a scope bag and he removed the one of his. These retail at like $10 more. They're at $134. So they're like $10 more than the smoke wagon. So for a limited edition gun that comes with 12 shells, if you were going to use it, it's not a bad option.
No,
it's
really
solid,
isn't.
Surprisingly. Right?
Yeah.
So those things are cool. I enjoyed shooting it. Like it's interesting. I used a smoke wagon in a game once. I gave out my 1911 to some kid, and then one of the campers was like, I was like, well, I don't have a pistol. He was like, here you go. He gave me a smoke wagon. I was like, okay. But you have to kind of close the gap. Like I said, there's no hop if you're using like 2s are probably the most ideal, but 2.5s probably not. But still pretty cool. And it's an interesting gun. It's unique. If you want to stand out in the battlefield, that's how you're going to do it. Pull that bad baby out, and then just breach a room. Which I was thinking about as I came down here. Breaching a room with a revolver would be
Pulling
fascinating.
that bad baby out,
Hey,
breaching and removing.
Hey, for a game though, like the Spec Ops night.
Honestly, yeah, like someone pointing like that, like when
You might need the precision though.
Like I said, I mean that game can be decided or finished in only a few shots, and that's a good point. If you're coming
precisely 6.
If you're coming to this game, don't expect to be a night of like
you don't need to buy
2,000
pew 30,000
This is a game more about
playing it
tactics and skills. Honestly, you could probably run through there with a spring gun, and it's more about trying to replicate real life situations.
Yeah. An airsoft gun is only an extension of yourself. So if you buy a Polar Star and you still suck at airsoft, you still suck.
It's true.
But like even like you could give a bunch of people rentals and they can still run circles around people all day. It's about skills. Like Dad said, this is going to be skills based.
Right. And
get good.
It's going to be something you don't have access to, even a normal like outdoor game, because perfect example at Copper Green Week when we had to do the town mission. They're like, all right, pretend it's the middle of the night, bright sunny day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Which I totally respect why they had to do it that way. But they're like, pretend it's night. So like, if you're not blatantly obvious, these guys aren't going to see you. Here we can be like, it's night, and turn off most of the lights.
Yeah, we have that control
environment.
It's pretty
especially
good.
on the near side of the field where you can just unplug the support columns. And
Yeah.
like night.
I mean,
we will control it.
both sides too.
Yeah, but here like you won't have sound effects if you unplug most. Like we might leave like the truck on and like baits on,
That'd be
and
pretty
otherwise
cool.
have it dark.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty fresh.
We'll have to experiment with some low lighting. We'll have to do that soon. Also,
Coming
we
up.
have wireless sound control.
Yes, that
on the
thing was
game
so
timer now.
sick.
So as of literally last night, so you might be during regular gaming, especially Saturdays where it's more arcadey style. You might be hearing some new sound effects coming from the sound system. Things like near sides, capture the hill coming over the sound system. So that'll be
Work
fun.
on that.
Hopefully that'll be up in the next week or two.
Yeah, we're going to put that all together.
I just need some sound files because I'm not recording my voice. If you played
Oh,
here,
come on.
if you played here
Kids,
and
you
heard
gotta
Jimmy's
record
voice
your
for
voice.
2 years,
Respawn! Am I the only one that loves that?
So the best part
I do
is
too. Because you never had a question what the respawn total was. You would know. It was
the best part is it wasn't respawn, it was respawn.
Yeah.
It was recorded on my old LG My Touch. Literally, like the worst microphone in the world. It was recorded on my old LG My Touch, and that file was put over on the computer because me and Jimmy like accidentally broke the respawn tone that day. We're like, all right, we just gotta replace it with some temporary one. We'll fix this in a few days.
And
2 years later.
2 years later. I remember that.
Now you have respawn.
Respawn.
It's pretty funny.
Respawn.
That will always be the respawn tone for me.
Here's
It's
a
like,
challenge for you guys watching us. Send us a better respawn tone. We'll probably use it if it's any good.
If it's a good respawn tone, we'll throw that issue in there.
Or on that note, send us any tones you want in the game that you think would be good. If you want to give
Fart
us
noises.
Kill atrocity.
No, in all seriousness,
Kill a
though,
child.
if you want to send us like fun, like
monster kill.
if you want to send us good like flag captured or hill captured tones or something like that, probably will totally include them in the game timer.
We
So
will.
Yeah,
yeah,
have a little piece of you in Extreme Airsoft.
exactly.
Yeah, you could be the one that said, I sent them this tone. And then you could tell everybody, and then they
Could
think
we
you're
offer free mission if someone sends us genuinely?
Sure. If you send us a tone and we select it to be the best of however many you send us, or if we just end up using it generally, we get a free admission.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm good for that.
I'm down. Let's do it.
I am down to
I
clown.
refuse to have my voice in there.
Come on. Wait, you're afraid of
I have my
I'm
good
already-
announcer voice.
I'm kind of like the rules video. Sometimes I'm just like, man, that's me. That's me talking. Like that's kind of like what it is like.
Trust
when
me,
I go back.
I learned that lesson years ago. That's why my voice
Like,
is not
I'm
recorded
just
on
kind of over
anything
that.
permanent here.
You kind of just, hopefully, some people just don't. Like, it took me like years before I was able to be like, you know what, I can actually sit down and listen to myself sing without like cringing
How
or
much
being
do you
like,
think-
ooh.
How much do you think Vinny hated hearing his voice?
Probably. He's used
He
here.
probably loved it.
Well, yeah, like,
Jimmy, I know, hated the respawn tone.
Really?
Jimmy, it was like
Probably.
his pain. He's like, if you fix this,
it's pretty funny.
it's like that's the worst thing ever.
I love it. I thought it was the greatest thing about Extreme.
Oh my god. All right, well, before we finish up with our wrapping up announcements, do you guys have anything more to add? It would be nice if we had about 2 more minutes of content here. Do you guys have anything more to add about the, what do you call it, the whole today's topic?
I mean, do it yourself. Like you know.
Thanks, I
don't
was
take-
just asking for some content today.
You want some content? Go figure it out. Go find your own content. No, but for real, like it's just really important as a community, as an industry, and then also just down to like ethics and being decent people.
Yeah.
You know, like just if someone has a good idea, give them that. You know, let that be their accomplishment.
They spent the time.
Yeah, exactly. They spent the time like that's their thing.
And if you want to see true innovation in Airsoft, again, vote with your wallet.
Yeah. That's
If you
the
want
most
to see that
important thing.
anywhere, vote with your
Yeah,
wallet.
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially in Airsoft, that's made up of so many small industries and
Right.
small companies, and sometimes the most innovative companies are the small ones. Look at Polar Star; they didn't exist before the Fusion Engine, and they genuinely brought HPA to the world of Airsoft.
Yeah.
Some people might see it as a bad thing, but let's be honest, it is a good thing.
That's the thing is and then I think the other it's support your local businesses. Like you got to go out to these places. Like Des said, if you don't do anything, like you don't spend any money here, like how can you expect us to have a field? You won't have any place to play airsoft. It's just everything's gonna just do nothing. It's pretty lame. So try to. If there's anything that we don't have that you want us to get, we can always special order something. It's not like it's that hard. It's just don't support our competition. Support us. Evo.
Something like that, right? Yeah. Don't support.
Don't support the.
Now, on the same token, if you're gonna go play at UVG, you're gonna go play in other fields. We're not saying that at all.
We're not saying that
we
we're
support small
we support
businesses.
us.
Yeah, we support small businesses as more than anything. We're more than happy to have company because if UVG didn't exist and places in Massachusetts didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have as much clientele in Massachusetts because there wouldn't be people getting into airsoft.
Exactly. That's the thing.
There's a lot of other small businesses around us.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for everybody. It's not only more like a well-rounded community in general, but more well-rounded kind of like businesses. Like here, we can stock a little bit of everything because we have people that
Players from a
come
little
here.
bit of everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
So
we have everyone from the
always
12-year-old
support your
clientele
local
to the 40-year-old
things.
clientele.
And stop buying.
It's true, though.
Lancer tactical guns that aren't field legal. I'm tired of the broken hearts, man. Literally, the number one spring change we have to do on guns here is on Lancer tacticals.
And the worst part that kills me, like there was a player on Sunday, he came up to the window, he prodded his gun and was shooting 390, and I'm like, sorry man. And I was like, did you buy it here? And he's like, no, I got it off e-bike. And I was like, if you bought it here, we could have done a free spring swap for you.
Yeah.
Now, we can't.
Or you could have bought a better rifle.
Now it's going to cost $60.
Yeah, that's the thing, is they're like, oh man, I only had to spend $120 on my rifle. Looks like you got to spend $180. Might as well have just bought whatever.
Bought it here for like $125.
That's pretty good.
Or spent the 180 on the first place here and gotten like a kick-ass like Elite Force gun.
Or nice
Series.
Yeah. So.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, support your local businesses, not just us. Everybody. Airsoft Airsoft as a community. If you don't have stores and fields, you don't have anywhere to play Airsoft. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to like
Would
play
you rather
your backyard.
like, feel that VFC Avalon you're about to buy rather than just hope it's cool and order it online?
It's like when I first started coming here, when it was from one side, one wall to the other, the OG. I was like, you know what? I really like.
It was so simple.
It was. I bought the longest M14. I was like, man, I really want an M14. So I'm like walking around in buildings. I didn't even.
To be fair, the old field kind of worked.
Yeah, sometimes it works. I could walk like this, but like going into buildings was dreadful. Like I couldn't aim at all.
Oh yeah.
But like that's something that I was like, that was an impulse buy online. I didn't know if that was gonna work out or not. Whereas you come here and you're just, or go to any airsoft store, you can be like, oh, this is good. And then you'll have somebody there saying, you know, it's probably not the best idea to buy a 30-pound airsoft gun to go running around outdoors, stuff like that.
Right.
So
I
that's
remember,
something you lose.
God, I remember when Extreme first opened, me and my friend Adam Bell were playing it. Now we both played the role of sniper outdoors. And I was borrowing a friend's full-length M14, and he had some little old KWA, what was it? It was like not an SR10, it was one of
SR Series?
No, it wasn't SR Series. Either way, one of KWA's like first original guns. And I remember it was one of the original S-Walls. And he popped his head up, and I was just across the field, and I hit him in the head. I see him go back to respawn, tag the wall, and he came right back to the same window, and I hit him in the head. It was like 4 times in a row before he's like, oh, you're over there.
Fool me once.
But nowadays, the full-length M14 would not suit you very well on this field.
I've tried it. It doesn't really work very
It's
well.
kind of funny, though.
It is funny, yeah.
Like, my dream is to get an L96, cut the barrel down right at the end of the chassis, put like a PDI barrel in it, and just have like a little bolty.
Like a Marici's, except fresh.
Run around in here.
That'd be fresh in a shortened L96. That'd be fresh. That'd
really
look fresh.
cool.
Right, it'd be fun. Either that, or do it with like a Wolverine bolt. So and then just silence the hell, like make the silencer like
ridiculously long suppressor.
No, but like the entire barrel, like the integrated silencer. So it's just like. And you just nail people across the field.
No one would know what's happening. That'd be so
That'd be
confusing.
so funny.
That'd be metal.
I'd love it. But with that, we should probably do our wrap-up announcement. So, do you want to talk about the December 17th event real quick? I kind of already talked about the Spec Ops night.
Yeah, December 17th, Revenge of the Grinch. Remember, you're going to have 2 teams. You have Santa and Grinch. Grinch is back. Frost has gone back into hiding after becoming too prolific. He's become a target. So now, Grinch is back in the hall trying to ruin Christmas. It's a fight for resources. Santa needs resources for his factories, him and his elves. They gotta save Christmas. Grinch has to ruin Christmas. You decide, are you gonna be all bah humbuggy, or are you gonna save Christmas for all the little kids out there that want to buy their airsoft guns for Christmas that need Santa in their lives?
So, is there a Star Wars thing to this as well?
Yes. So it's gonna be combining elements, mostly story elements. Mission focuses are going to be, so maybe like an Order 66 kind of thing would be kind of cool. But like stealing plans for stuff, all of these other things that are going to kind of go hand in hand. So we have like a kind of Christmas mission based and a not Christmas, Star Wars mission based Christmas missions. And we're going to literally just mash them together in probably, hopefully, the most beautiful ways ever. And hopefully we'll make sure that we try to have some swaggy props, presents, and all the goodies. So,
yeah,
still being worked on right now.
We are closing Thanksgiving, but we have some killer Black Friday stuff going.
Black Friday, Nerf gaming from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., Airsoft gaming from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., $15 for regular admission, $35 for rental. It's a steal. You double the amount of time you normally pay for on a Friday. So none of y'all can complain about no pricing. Not never, ever, ever. All right.
The deal is you get twice, the two for the price of one.
2 for the price of 1. It's amazing. And then we have all of these deals here, Facebook or Instagram. I just posted up the one that I disclosed to you guys, but hadn't really been disclosed to the rest of our social media, which was buy a classic Army microgun.
Actually, at 4:30 it went live.
At 4:30 it went live, and I had posted
the published photo.
And I put it up on Instagram.
Right.
I put it up on Instagram as well. Was the buy a classic Army microgun, which retails at about retails at about $725, but you get a free rice bag of BBs.
Do you want to do the math again?
55 pounds. Did we say it was 125
thunder for some reason?
More thunder?
Yeah, I heard us talking about it. No joke, without me opening it.
Someone just commented. They were like, "How much does 100,000 BBs cost?" And the math is like, if you bought them separately in bottles, I think it's 3.
Let's say
it's a little over
100,000.
Yeah, right.
Let me throw this over to the other screen real quick.
If it's a bottle of .2s, it'd be 100,000.
So yeah, 100,000
right.
divided by 5,000 is 20 bottles of BBs times, what is it, $15?
15.
It would cost $300.
Yeah. So you'd spend $300 on that many BBs, like, separately. But first of all, we sell that at like 200, at sub 250, I want to say here, first off. Second off, you literally save $300 when you spend like the $725 to get that setup. So you're rolling.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of other deals, like I kind of went over. Special one I disclosed, 35% off.
I do want to point out though, if you buy that rice bag of pellets, and then you go on to the staging, and you spill that bag of pellets in staging, I will murder you.
Yeah, you're gonna clean it up.
Okay, here's an industrial leaf blower. Clean it up.
Yeah. Be careful with that.
I just envisioned that happening. Look, guys, look at my rice bag of pellets.
Or they're like, let me try to fill out my classic Army. It's like, uh-oh. So make sure you're smart about that. But lots of deals, 35% off KJW pistols, STS series, SIGs. These are. Anyways,
weird.
So that's a special deal for you guys. That's going to be the last deal we have going live, but because you guys are loyal and you watch to the end and you watch us, you guys get a special, boom, you get to know that ahead of time. So make sure you guys are ready for that. All the other deals, Facebook, Instagram, next adult night and pistol shotgun night. Pistol shotgun night, it's going to be like a weekend of fun. December 15th is going to be pistol shotgun night, pistols and shotguns only, $15 admission, 5 to 9. Adult night is going to be the 16th, which is that Saturday.
So someone has to do adult night till midnight and then clean the field for the op on Sunday.
I know. That's going to be interesting because got it. So then adult night's going to go to midnight. Maybe we might cut it off a little bit early to give the staff some
sleep
time.
Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep is for those.
You sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, I can sleep. Yeah. So then 6 to midnight, or maybe 6 to 11, $20, but you can play all day for $35, which is 12, 13 hours of airsoft.
And come the next day for not.
And then come the next day. So it's just a weekend of fun. So just block out the entire weekend, and if you come every night, and you'll have a really great time.
And then, just want to announce, like again, Spec Ops here one more time before we wrap up the stream. This is going to be a very different style of gameplay, and I really want this first one to go well because I think it'll be a lot of fun. But if this first one doesn't go well, chances of us doing it again are minimal. So show up to this first one, prove that it's going to be a good time. Literally, I'll be happy if I get. I'll get it. Let me rephrase this. We only need 6 players for it to be a perfect night. More than that's even better. So definitely come because we can run it with minimal players and still have a fantastic time. But I think we're going to have way more than that, to be completely honest. I wish I didn't have to run it, because after doing the copper grade thing, I'd want to play it.
Yeah, I kind of want to play that too.
And it's funny because I'm thinking now, it's the whole swap missions, and I'll give you guys a preview of another mission real quick. I've got about a dozen in mind. I still have to put pen on paper here, but another one is.
Holy crap!
What?
Sorry, my family does this little group chat thing, so like I just got 30,000 messages.
But I was saying another mission is another quick preview. I won't go into full detail on this one, but this is the one I trialed the other day, so some people already have the preview. There is going to be supplies hidden on the field on one of the sides, or maybe you'll have to do the whole field, I haven't decided yet. And there'll be patrols going around the field, and the field will be darkened, and these patrols will act like patrols. If they see 2 people, they'll take out those 2 people, confirm they're dead, and continue on their patrolling. You, as a group of 6 players, are going to have to sneak through the field, obtain certain supplies in certain locations, and get back off the field without being seen. If you are seen, you will activate the entire patrol, which will be an unknown number of people, and the patrols will have instant respawns in the car wash, and you will only have medic respawns. So like you want to avoid activating them as much as possible. And there'll be other missions, but like I said, that's just a brief preview of one.
That sounds cool.
It's going to be a very dark field. It's going to be about maneuvering. If you have night vision, honestly, bring it. You won't need it, but certain missions will definitely.
Will the Op 4 get flashlights?
Op 4 will have full tap gear. So it'll be like a guy, right? It'll be like a guy in a military base ready to defend. He'll flashlights, lasers. They might have night vision depending on who's on it. So
I'm gonna steal Brendan's because he doesn't play Airsoft.
Yeah, right. So you'll have to play accordingly. And now, don't get me wrong. They won't have night vision if someone on the attacking force doesn't have night vision. These will be winnable rounds.
Yeah. I don't know, most of us don't have night vision.
But for those of you who like to play with night vision, this will be a perfect example of we'll outfit the Op 4 to match the 6-man squad so that these are winnable. On that same token, the action force will, nicely with our parents' lounge and our camera systems, they'll be allowed to look at the camera systems and look through the parents' lounge to get an idea of the patrol routes before they enter the field.
Oh, that's fresh.
It's gonna be a good night, and I'm honestly real sad I can't play it. So hopefully you guys can play it and tell me what you think, and everyone will get better. Show up to this person. Yeah, you can use your night vision. I'm sure someone will show up with night vision.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Get your Durkin boys to come down.
They don't play Airsoft. What do you
No, most of them are working like 7 days a week. Greg finally like contacted like us as a group, like for the first time in months. He's like, "Yeah, guys, sorry, I've been working like close to 80-hour weeks for the past 2 months." I know, for real. It sounds like he needs to take a day off.
Or a night off in a minute.
What the hell are you saying?
5 to 9. 5 to 9. It's Friday night.
Greg, come through.
New Hampshire's not that great.
All right, but
New Hampshire's great. Shut up, Steve.
They don't have extreme Airsoft.
I think with that, we will wrap up the stream. Unless there's any announcements I'm missing.
Black Friday, all of the event days. We don't really have anything else that I can think of. Just
Any
remember
website.
Black Friday.
But like I said, lesson from today's stream: vote with your wallet. Thank you very much
Thanks,
for tuning
guys.
into the stream.
We'll see you guys
We'll see you next week.
Be
with
here
another
this
topic.
weekend to hang out with us. We're gonna have fun.
Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend.
And we're not open on Thanksgiving. Please don't ask. What hours are on our website? And they're right. Ish.
Ish. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.